Hey there, guys. Welcome to Heavy Magazine. My name is CJ, and today I am joined by the lead singer of Awake in Time and the creative genius behind Emerge Creative, Mr. Alex Nelson. How are you, man?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Fantastic, dude. Better for talking to you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be one tired boy, dude. You guys have been very busy since the last time you spoke to Heavy Mag, which was not too long ago, actually. So, the last time we spoke, it wasn't me per se, but the last time Heavy Mag spoke with you guys, you'd just gone for your new single, Panic, which only came out, what, about a month ago now?
Yeah, it would be about a month ago now. So yeah, it was awesome having the premiere through Heavy Mag, which Chris Peters set up for us, which was pretty amazing.
God bless Crispy.
Um, and the response has just been like phenomenal since we've dropped the track. The response to that premiere was amazing. The Spotify plays, our views on our video were unbelievable. And then on this recent tour, when we woke up in the morning after our show in Adelaide, we checked our Spotify account and saw that we got playlisted on that Homegrown and Heavy, which was a really awesome playlist to get onto.
Absolutely. So what I'm guessing, like, to me it was very much a step in the next direction for you guys, but is this the response that you guys were expecting going into releasing something like this?
In a way, it was, because we feel like it's one of the strongest songs that we've released. We feel like we've kind of going in a little bit of a different direction that's more sort of us, and a little bit of a heavier direction as well. And just the recording quality, I think, was a lot better. The mixing and the mastering, and just taking our time with these releases rather than kind of just getting them done and throwing them out there.
Absolutely. And if you guys want to check it out, there is an interview with Trotter and Richie that goes a lot more in depth with the recording process, the mixing and mastering, and what you guys actually did for that single. So yeah, I gotta say, fucking great job, man, for where it's at. And I did see the numbers. I did see you guys go on Homegrown and Heavy, and it's awesome to see that, man. So big congratulations, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. We
Uh,
we did it on Short, Fast, and Loud as well on Triple J, which was also amazing.
yeah,
So
that's
big
right.
shout out to Redbeard for chucking us on there. That was awesome.
Yeah, man. Apart from that, so obviously you're still in big promo mode for the new single and getting that out there as much as possible. But you also recently just finished a tour with Disgust.
We did.
It was called an awake in time. Fuck, I always forget it.
Awake for a disgusting time.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. I always, my dyslexia kicks in, and I'm just like, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about that. When did the idea for that start? How did that tour kind of come about?
So it was a bit of a funny one. Like, we go back, as you know, being part of Discuss previously.
Mm.
We have a pretty good sort of bond and friendship with the guys in that band. So this was something that I believe Lance and Kyle sort of come up with one night on the beers or something,
Mm.
and thought it'd be a great idea to throw the invite our way. It was more to do something for fun with a bunch of mates rather than focusing too much on the numbers coming to the shows and all about the music sort of thing. It was more about let's do this with a whole bunch of people that we really like and get along with and can have a great time with.
Mm.
Um, and I think, like, the end result just really showed that we just had such a fun time together, just doing stupid stuff, and yeah, just enjoying each other's company. And look, there was some really good shows in there as well, and we were lucky enough to have some pretty awesome bands jump on board with us as supports. And
Like
the response
Engraved, I
we
know
got
played
from
like 90% of the shows as well
they
too.
did, yeah. So
They're
it
great
was
dudes.
awesome.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Yeah, massive shout out to them. Those boys did such a good job, and a lot of travel involved for them as well. Like, we had a few sort of out of state shows, but they were all out of state for them because those boys are mostly from Sydney. So
Mm. Right, so that came about with that, and then so where did you guys actually play? It was Adelaide,
Yeah, we
Melbourne,
had
Sydney.
Adelaide, Melbourne, Ipswich, Brisbane, Gold Coast. Um, I think that's all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if I'm probably missing a few.
Well, it only just finished. We're having this interview, I think, like 2 days after it finished.
Yeah, Sunday was the last show. So
Yeah,
um,
wow. So what
yeah,
was the show for the tour for you?
for me, I think show for the tour was probably Brisbane, Tomcat.
Yeah, yeah.
The crowd just goes off there, like, and it was just a free entry to there. There's always a ton of people, and everyone just goes mental there. So that was a really good show for me.
Awesome. And now having, because I remember when I was a part of it, the two places you guys had played basically outside of Southeast Queensland was Cairns and Sydney. So this one you guys definitely got to broaden your spread of shows as to where you were going for it. Is there anywhere now at the end of it that you guys want to set your sights on wanting to go and play, whether it's internationally or somewhere else around the country? Are there any of
Oh, look,
those?
we'd definitely love to be getting internationally at some point, but I think that's probably a little way off.
Yeah.
But I think nationally, just anywhere we haven't really been before. Look, we had an awesome time in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And Jay from Gala Promotions put on that show, and that was just awesome. We had such a good time there. But pretty much anywhere out of the state where we love to travel around. We'd love to get around Melbourne a little bit more and
Mm.
sort of play a few more shows around there. Sydney as well, because we've only sort of done the one show in Sydney. So, but yeah, pretty much anywhere and everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, right. Is there anywhere in particular for you that you would like to play?
Um, Not that comes to mind off the top of my head. I'm sure the other boys have probably got a couple of things in mind. Richie'd have a few. Being from or living in Melbourne for quite a long time, he'd have a whole bunch of places down there that he'd really love to play at.
Right. And if there was one country not being Australia that you would love to go and tour, where would that be?
Oh, far out. That's a hard question. Um, Mate, I'd have to say the States. The States would be just pretty phenomenal to go and do a massive sort of tour over there at some point.
Mm, definitely. What's the appeal for the States for you?
I think
Curiously.
just the massive population and a huge amount of people into the style of music when you compare it to sort of what you get in Australia, I suppose.
Mm. All right. Now, obviously the tour's wrapped up. It was a great success. What's next for you guys? What's on the horizons now?
So 30th, we've got the show that you're putting on actually that one
Yes.
at Banshees. So we're hitting Ipswich again. It was so good on the tour that we thought we'd do it again.
Nice.
Um, and then in November we've got another show coming up. I think it's somewhere around North Lake, somewhere we haven't played before actually.
Right.
I haven't really had a good look at the poster and all of the details yet. Just coming off the tour, it's kind of been in recovery mode at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. To anyone that's been on the road, even just doing
Yeah,
weekend stints, it hurts a bit.
it does.
Yeah. All right. So you've got a couple of shows that are coming up. What's on the term for new releases? Are you still gonna keep promoting Panic, or is there another release in the works? Or
Yeah, there's a couple more releases in the works actually. So we're just working on the visual side at the moment for our next release, but we're hoping to have that done in the next weeks, 2 weeks. So we're hoping by the end of next month to be releasing our next single.
wow. Right. What is there anything you're able to tell us about that?
Look, I can tell you we've played the song live a few times, so people have come along to our shows have heard it.
Yeah.
If anyone manages to come along to one of our shows before the release date, they'll hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But other than that, we've kind of kept it fairly under wraps, but we're pretty happy with the quality and the sort of whole vibe we've gone for with this song. So we think this one's going to be another banger, and we're hoping for a similar, if not better, response to sort of what we've got from that last single release. We feel like these songs are definitely the strongest we've written. And then following this one, we do have another one as well. So that third single will be hoping to release by the end of the year, if not early next year.
That's right, because if I'm not mistaken, when you guys did your recording, it was 3 tracks that you guys have at the moment, correct?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is this leading towards putting them together on like a small EP release, or?
Yes, well, it's funny because we've actually got one of the singles. The ending sort of blends into the first track, and then we've decided to release them as singles. But the plan sort of ultimately we're leaving it fairly open at the moment, but we are hoping to include these in a bigger picture at some stage as well.
Yeah, nice, man. All right. Well, that's kind of wraps it up for my questions, except I've got one more that I always end my interviews on. And every answer is so different to it, and I love it. I always love ending my interviews with this. So, if there was one show you could go back and relive that you've played for whatever reason, what show would it be and why?
Oh, mate, I would have to say when we played at Good Things Festival. We weren't on the main bill, but we managed to sneak on a secret stage on the day,
Yeah,
and
right.
that was fucking awesome. It couldn't
Yeah.
have been better. Like to get in there for free, to have free beers all day, and to be able to play with that sort of caliber of bands, like that shit's what we dream about.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, also, I'll leave the last thing to yourself, dude. Is there anything you want to finish the interview with? Anything you want to shout out to or anything like that, mate?
I'd have to say also, secondary to that show, or maybe on an equal play, actually maybe even better, was Wallapalooza as well. So,
Big shout out to
playing with
Andy
some of my
Clark.
massive shout out to Andy Clark for chucking us on that one. He's a legend. And yeah, that was with all my high school favorite bands like Grinspoon, Body Jar, Butterfly Effect. Like far out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, nice. All right, man. Well, is there anything you want to finish the interview on? Anything you want to say to your fans?
I hope to see you guys at a show soon, and we hope you're ready for the new release. And yeah, love you all.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time this evening, mate. I genuinely appreciate it. Go check out Awaken Time's new but soon to be not so new single Panic. It's out on a whole bunch of streaming platforms. You go check them out on Facebook at Awaken Time. Great lads doing great things, so make sure you go check them out. And until then, again, thank you very much for your time this evening, Alex.